as I understand, is trying to say or wants to find out, is that among the two categories of love, conditional love and unconditional love, if someone has a conditional love, then it is easy and it is kind of measurable and it creates some kind of rapport, between the two. But then there are, cons to that, that if that is not fulfilled or if there is, lack of expectations, then there is a gap, The other one is the unconditional love, where there is no expectation, no condition out of the love. But in that love, there is no measuring, It is very difficult to, recognize, that how that unconditional love can be, generated. Is that maybe similar to what your inquiry is? Maybe okay. So my way of thinking is, that both have their places, the conditional love and unconditional love. The conditional love, I think, is maybe beginning, is the starting point, And even if we go before the conditional love, the person, how does a person starts with even a conditional love, with God or his guru or his lover or whoever, So, if we go back to one step before the conditional love, that every human being has certain attributes and certain likings. So, when a person has certain likings to be elevated, to grow out to those likings, and he finds those likings in somebody else, then the process starts, He gets attracted, And then he develops the conditional love maybe first. Or if he is a very elevated soul, then he would jump to unconditional love to start with, Just to give a brief example, that between Yogi Ji Maharaj and Shastri Ji Maharaj, Yogi Ji Maharaj was in Junagadh Mandir and was not much knowing about Shastri Ji Maharaj and his activity back there, But Junagadh Mandir, since it is related with Gunatitanand Swami and a lot of other people who were associated with the Gunatitanand Swami and his disciples, and there were varieties of, disciples group also, There was one group which was Bhagaji Maharaj, Jaga Swami, Krishna Ji Yada. There was another group which was the Achintyanand Brahmachari and all those, living there, The third group was like Balmukund Swami and others, Then there was another group, also there was some Bhagat, and they were all very elevated, They were all different groups, But Yogi Ji Maharaj came in touch with the disciples of Balmukund Swami and the Ladha Bhagat, that other devotee that I was talking about, Ladha Bhagat, and his group was also, very much, associated with Gunatitanand Swami. But Yogi Ji Maharaj mainly came in touch with the sadhus of Balmukund Swami, because that was from the saffron cloth hierarchy, and those were the sadhus, over there, the hierarchy from Balmukund Swami also, and same way from Achintyanand Brahmachari also, But somehow he was associated with the Krishnaji Adas group, Krishnaji Adas family that he was associated with. And from Krishnaji Ada, he came in touch with Shastriji Maharaj. And then they heard that Shastriji Maharaj has left the Vadtal Mandir and started the Akshar Purushottam, Upasana. And Bhagaji Maharaj, Jaga Swami and Ada, they were all supporting and favoring, Shastriji Maharaj, because they saw that this is the clear direction for the right Upasana. But the whole satsang is not accepting that, whole satsang is just, opposing it and not, in tune with it. So, Shastriji Maharaj was with that, Shastriji Maharaj was associated with Bhagaji Maharaj and all that, So, when Yogiji Maharaj came in touch with Jaga Swami, and when Jaga Swami says that some of the Junagadh sadhus should go and support Shastriji Maharaj, because from Vadtal there was a lot of opposition. So, some of the sadhus decided to join. And so did Yogiji Maharaj with that, in that group. And then Yogiji Maharaj was also not, really asked to join, because his style was so good, that those sadhus wanted, him in Junagadh also, So, when Yogiji Maharaj decided to go with these sadhus, with Shastriji Maharaj, and then he joined with Shastriji Maharaj, there was very little communication between Shastriji Maharaj and Yogiji Maharaj. But the attributes that Yogiji Maharaj had, they were very high elevated, So even Shastriji Maharaj had said once to Yogiji Maharaj, કે યોગી આપણે રસોડાની સેવા કરો અને જે આવે એને મહારાજનું સ્વરૂપ જાણીને જમાડો. Just do the seva of kitchen and whoever comes is the form of Gunatitanand Swami and Maharaj and serve them with love and affection and care, So now, I sometimes think, that how that love and affection Yogiji Maharaj would have towards Shastriji Maharaj, that he picked up that with a full pledge, full momentum, And there were a lot of hurdles, lot of insults, lot of oppositions, in all that act, But Yogiji Maharaj kept growing, kept increasing that love and affection, So, I think the love and affection between Shastriji Maharaj and Yogiji Maharaj can be classified as nirapeksha. That there was no apeksha Yogiji Maharaj had, that Shastriji Maharaj would, every day or once in a week remind and tell me that you have done a great job, or, Yogi, I like this thing and you are great, and these things like that, But to some others, Shastriji Maharaj may have to say, that, okay, you are so great and you do this and you are helping this and all that also. So both categories are for a particular level, I think, That the level that Yogiji Maharaj had was not needed to be, reminded or, admired or flattened or whatever, Not only that, but I think the style of Shastriji Maharaj was also that way, that he would very rarely, use the techniques of, praising and other things maybe, But now going back to Yogiji Maharaj, that with every disciple, he was giving very tender love and care, and, he was very much, nurturing, to the sadhus also, So, those among the Yogiji Maharaj, those who were nurtured, now you can select, let's say, Mahan Swami, Now, Mahan Swami was in the first, selection of Yogiji Maharaj, sadhu, after, Shastriji Maharaj passing away. And, he was not even a good Gujarati speaking and reading, person, or satsangi, He was raised in middle part of India, Madhya Pradesh, Jabalpur, where Hindi was the, main language. But Yogiji Maharaj saw that soul, and he picked him up and made him, his first choice, of sadhu. And to him also, I don't think Yogiji Maharaj gave as much love and care as to maybe other sadhus, because he knew that he is, destined, He is not going to, shake up, or he is not going to, falter, So, those were the criteria, that were, we are seeing, in some of the different level of, disciples and guru, So, same way, in the time of Swaminarayan Bhagavan also, that Swaminarayan Bhagavan gave a lot of love and affection to Brahmanand Swami and, Premanand Swami and others. But Gunatitanand Swami, very, very little, and still they knew each other's, plan and each other's, distant, love and affection, So, when I see that, I think there are different, levels, Both are good, Conditional love is also good, and unconditional love is also good. But if the conditional love is given to some which are, benefiting from there, is going to help them, Now, if that does not work out, for whatever reason, and it remains, as a distance because of, situation, desh, kal, or whatever, then that chapter remains kind of maybe not fully done, maybe undone, And it has to wait for the other opportunity or moment to come, maybe, and have that chapter going, I myself think, that when Kakaji was coming here, it was only few months, Every other year or every 4 years, he would come here. And only couple of months he would be here. And even those couple of months, he would be traveling a lot also, So it would be few weeks, that would be here. And I myself introspect and say that I have not made a great effort like, others may have made in India for Kakaji, And why Kakaji, liked me so much, Why he was, talking a lot when he goes to India. And people now tell, that when he goes to India, he says, you are here with me, and Dinkar Bhai is, 10,000 miles away, and he's closer to me. I had never heard that, in Kakaji's presence, those statements, that I heard after, when I went to India, But I think when I analyze that, only thing I had was, in my heart and mind, that Kakaji is a great saint or personality, and I just want to make him happy, I want to make him happy any way I can within my capacity, And I would see the opportunities, maybe, when Kakaji is doing something or, acting on something, and I see any opportunities coming, I would just, jump on that and support, Especially, I have seen the relationship between Kakaji and Bapu, that from the beginning, Bapu's style was so, that a lot of centers would be criticizing, Bapu's style and activities, And in even the very beloved, saints that Kakaji is, like Kothari Swami and Prem Swami, when they would come to, Bombay, and when they see Bapu, not, in a proper attire or whatever, in presence of Kakaji, they would have commented. And in my dictionary, it's a no, right? Because the way I look, that Kakaji has a special relationship and liking towards Bapu. So then, let Kakaji tell Bapu, not me, commenting to Bapu that, Bapu, you should do this, or Bapu, you should do that, But not only that, but when Bapu came here, and Kakaji had developed a style, with Bapu, that he would rebuke Bapu, in presence of many, And there were times, Bapu would be, down, Bapu would be, unhappy and upset also, And Kakaji was preparing him, training him. Yogiji Maharaj had done same thing to, Mahan Swami, He would rebuke him, And so I saw that, and when that happened, and I remember in Waukegan, that Bapu was unhappy and upset, And, it must have happened something. So he went upstairs, in that other Maharaj room right now we have upstairs, and he slept there, That was like 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock at morning, And then it was time for lunch. So Kusumben was saying, lunch is ready. So Kusumben made a, call to Bapu to come down, And Bapu says, I don't want to eat. So I figured, that something is not going right, So I went upstairs, and Bapu had a temperature, Maybe it was before also he had temperature and I did not recognize or what, but now I knew that he had temperature, And he was not feeling like, coming down or eating, So I added 1 + 1, And I said that if he has a flu, then maybe orange juice is better, vitamin C. So I came downstairs and got a really nice big glass, and went upstairs and gave it to Bapu, And Bapu drank, Then I came down. And then again Kusumben called, and Kakaji now saying, that એ પાડાને નાવું હોય તો ના હવે એક દિવસમાં મરી નથી જવાનો એ ભૂખ્યો ભલે રહેવાનો So then I told, Kakaji, that I gave him juice and he is not maybe feeling well, he has maybe temperature, and he doesn't want to eat. But when I said that, that I have went upstairs, given the juice, Kakaji saw that, And something happened, that he created that kind of bond between, Bapu and me, And with that, when Bapu had come here, all these years, we had, that kind of rapport with each other, But the point I'm saying, that every opportunity that Yogiji Maharaj saw to please Shastriji Maharaj, he was there, he picked it up, And every opposition or every resistance that he was seeing that was not in his way, And that, I think, is called unconditional love, That kind of unconditional love is not only in satsang, it is in society also, A mother and child, Mother has no condition for a young baby, 1 month, 2 months old baby, but has an unconditional love, For that baby, she would wake up at night, she would take care of the baby, baby would be crying, and the father may be upset, but mother may be, still a caring personality and loving personality, and still not any expectation, So that nature, that seed is within every one of us, That unconditional, love towards others, everyone has that. Some of us may have developed it, Some of us may have, made it a higher level of love. And from the worldly attributes, we may have transformed that into the spiritual attributes, And if we have done that spiritually, now we are coming into the spiritual realm, In the spiritual realm, the conditional love is natural. 99% of the devotees who may come for some reciprocation, from God or from sadhus. And when that is fulfilled, then they become also very happy. Even in my own case, I saw that incident that when Kakaji told me that this is your job. At that time I had no, thought or expectation, And I said, okay, I am happy, where I am doing my engineering work, So I don't have a desire to become manager. I was not, totally, conditional that please make me manager. Not like that, Huh? No, Kusumben, her desire was that I should have no traveling, Even if I was doing whatever I was doing, but no traveling, she was happy, She would be happy, But Kakaji saw that the type of job I have, traveling is a must, right? The only way to stop traveling is to have this another type of job, And the other type of job at my level is only the manager's job, Now he was elevated, and he was there, So that was his, chart. That was his, vision, So he, blessed me that I will become manager. But that was not the point which really touches me, The point which touches me that he created this scenario that another manager was hired. And now see, if I am still, mad after this, and asking Kakaji that, what did you do, Kakaji, this and that. And I had no, I had no complaint or I had no, demand, The only thing I remember, when Kusumben told that Kakaji, that your blessing did not materialize, there is somebody else coming. Kakaji looked at me, and said, is that true? And he wanted to see, whether am I saying something out of emotion? Say, Kakaji, too bad, this did not happen, or this and that, or whatever, And my reaction was saying, Kakaji, I have seen on the notice board, that his name is there, That's all I have seen, But at that time, even I don't remember that I had any desire, to go for manager's job, and demand from Kakaji or whatever, But I think what he saw in there, that I'm guessing now, that I have not come in his touch and contact with any preconditions or any, plans and desires, If I become manager, it's okay. If I don't manager, it's okay. And that was okay also. Now, at that time, if he would have said that, okay, that was this new guy's, luck, he got it, we will see when I come next time, I would have been okay, But when he told, saying that, listen, to date, anything I have remembered Gunatitanand Swami and Swaminarayan Bhagavan does not change. I still remember that, that he said that, Now I read that letter to Papaji also, that he wrote in 1951 from London. There also he has made that statement. ગુણાતીતાનંદ સ્વામીને યાદ કરીને મેં જે કામ કર્યું છે એ ફેલ જતું નથી. તમે બધા ફેલ જશે એમ કહો છો. Even this letter in Patra Sanjeevani is not complete letter, They have taken out certain things, which are not, coordinated or whatever, But in Saradari I was reading, that Swamiji has also used that letter writing. And there are certain things that are additional there. They are not in, Patra Sanjeevani. Mm-hmm. Kakaji ne lakhelo? Acha, maybe I'll want to read that, yeah. You have to go, beta. Oh, it's getting 10 o'clock, huh? Where is Sapan? Oh, at the plane? Oh, okay. Very good. So what I was saying, that Kakaji, something he saw that I don't even recognize or know, realize, But he then, in 1983, when we were walking, and Kakaji had brought up some topic, of somebody, and then I asked Kakaji, that Kakaji, what is for me, what should be my goal, in satsang or everywhere. And I was asking Kakaji for my, his advice, And without any, thinking, hesitation, he just told me, Nirapeksh Bhav, you have to set unexpectation portion in you, And I thought it was very easy, Only 2 words, Nirapeksh Bhav, But now I think on that more and more, That is the whole essence for me, Not to have any expectations, and live without that, is not easy, On the same token, the base Nirapeksh Bhav is the highest apeksha to please God, Right? In the worldly affair, no expectation. But in the spiritual aspect, highest expectation, And when I say spiritual, that when I see a newcomer, into this mandir, who has come to this mandir, my expectation goes so high that what can I do that to that person that he can become elevated, Brahmrup, This is all I just think, in my mind, Now, whether he will be able to do that, he is capable or not, that is all up to him, But that is my way of seeing and treating and, behaving, So now, the love and the conditional love is a good thing, And from that conditional love, we have to elevate to the unconditional love, And unconditional love, I would say, is between Gunatitanand Swami and Swaminarayan Bhagavan, between Yogi Ji Maharaj and Shastri Ji Maharaj, and others also. I'm just giving you examples. Between Kakaji and Yogi Ji Maharaj, So we have to have maybe that goal, that be seed in ourself, that how can I be, similar loving to God or Guru like these, Gunati Swarups have done, and learn from them, experience from them, and do the expectations. Now, there was another thing, that sometimes I think, that when I took this vow, of not touching ladies, and I keep, debating, that how that came, and it was because of Kakaji's association for sure, But Kakaji was in India at that time, But I was reading this book, Adbhutanand Swami Nivato, the discussions of Adbhutanand Swami, And in the introduction chapter, it was mentioned, that how he went, and met, Swaminarayan Bhagavan because of his mama. And there were 19 of the other very well respected. Swaminarayan Bhagavan had written the name, and told all of them to go to Kashi and then come back, And Swaminarayan Bhagavan was in Bhuj at that time, And this Aja Patel, he was at his nephew's wedding, and there he saw this group came, gave this letter, and he was so dedicated. He decided, okay, after this marriage, I'm ready, I'm coming, And the marriage was within few hours to be finished, And this boy, he saw his mama getting ready, and so much zealful. He was Purvano, Mumuktu, Mokshu. He asked Mama, where are you going? And he said, I'm going to become sadhu. And he says, how? He says, this is the letter. So he shows the letter. He read, and there were 19 names, and says, Adi, Adi, etc., etc. He is married. હજુ તો એનું મેઢડ બી છોડ્યું નથી, And he says, Mama, I want to come with you. Forget about my mom, my wife, everybody. I want to become sadhu. I want to come with you. What a, great, affection he must have with his mama, And now when he goes there, Swaminarayan Bhagavan again repeats that thing, that your name is not there, right? Why did you come? And then he says, you wrote, etc., etc. I am included in that. And Bhagavan says, the eyes that read this letter, Dhanyavad, congratulations to those eyes. I want to put your eyes on my head, Tamari aankho mara matha upar, and gave the right name, Adbhutanand Swami, And there I read that book and I said, okay, maybe I want to practice, this niyam of sadhu. And then, the chapter happened, Sudha, she passed away, and then it became firm. But the point I'm saying is that when Kakaji, understood when I went to India, then he was very happy, He admired me, for that. And then I see another parallel thing, that Sahib Dada was given this vow by Yogi Ji Maharaj, when he was going in college, that if he touches the Beno, he would do fast, And then Sahib Dada, when he came in touch with Papaji told him not to do that, and it went the other way. And right now he is enjoying, that style also, So, I don't know, with me, this was maybe the, path and chart, prepared, and Kakaji had, supported me, and I just feel that that has given me a very nice boost, I think in my own, life, But what I was saying, that what amazes me is that I think maybe a month or two after this thing, and Suresh uncle's father, Sapan's Dada, he was living in Waukegan, and he would come for satsang over the weekend, and over the weekend sometimes he would stay at Waukegan, our mandir also, that he would enjoy, And one night, I had a dream. Now I don't know whether it was night or during daytime, but I saw Amba Mata, the, Devi with 8 hands, And I saw her. Now when I was young, I used to do, Arti and Norta and other things with my mother, But I saw Amba Mata, and with all 8 hands, she folded at me and bowed down to me. And I was so surprised that what is this for, And she had a very happy smile that I still remember, But I think I maybe interpret in between, that she must have said that the direction that you have taken, that is very, uplifting for you, and we are also, supporting you, and we are honoring you. Otherwise, people would want to go down and bow down to Amba Mata, right? And here this Amba Mata comes, and with 8 folded hands, I still remember, bow down to me, So, I know that now this is the right roadway, right chart, But it is not easy also, It is a challenge, when I am working, and, I'm dealing as a manager, and a lot of ladies also, and other things, But I decided that I want to be sincere to him. I want to be honest to him. Even if I have made a mistake, or if I have done something out of the, his liking or whatever, I want to learn and get back on the track. And that thing has given this nice, roadway to my, chart. Now, yesterday I was listening one discourse from this Hari Swarup Swami, and that was something, first time I read, I heard, from him. There was one devotee of Swaminarayan Bhagavan in, Saurashtra area. I think it's beyond 10 o'clock. So, do you want to maybe? I will just narrate very quickly, and then if you want to, we'll talk later on more. So that devotee, by the saint saying, was not, satsangi, but became satsangi. And by saint saying, he started doing mara and other thing. The Swami says, one day, in front of devotee, something from him came out in front of him. પેલા devoteeને એના શરીરમાંથી કંઈક બહાર નીકળી અને કોઈક એક personality there, something came out in front of him. And when that devotee opened up his eyes, he says, "Who are you?" So that identity says, I am lust. હું કામ છું, પણ હું તમારામાંથી વિદાય લઉં છું. I am leaving you. A figure coming out, and telling that I am going. Then 4 other things came, But, this is the point that I am saying, So that the things do happen, within our life and chart, That when we become sincere, then the things will become a helping hand to us, So I guess maybe we can continue again next time.